World famous 2554 AMG Dynamics M12S CST, that's the Halo Warthog to you and me, arrived in Forza Horizon 3. It was the first time that this iconic vehicle was drivable in a Forza game. What you might not know is that it wasn't the first time we'd seen the Warthog in Forza. Going back to 2011, the AMG Transport Dynamics 2554 M12 Force application vehicle was first seen in Forza Motorsport 4. It was one of a handful of vehicles to appear in what was called Auto Vista mode back in the day. It even featured a narrative voiceover by Cortana herself.
The M12 Force application vehicle, better known as the Warthog, is a highly mobile and adaptable platform serving the UNSC.
For years afterwards, one of the most common questions we had from the Forza community was, when can we drive the Warthog? That dream came to life in 2016 with the reveal of the M12S Warthog CST in Forza Horizon 3. The CST was a direct collaboration between 343 Industries, who created this version of the Warthog with Forza in mind, and Playground, who brought it to life in the game. The Warthog in Forza Motorsport 4 was a model with a density of nearly 1 million triangles. Converting it from Forza Vista to an on-track experience involved making a lot of eye candy into drive candy. The drivable Warthog is a more optimized model, containing a fraction of the number of triangles, but with the addition of full articulated suspension, damage, mud, cockpit, gauges, vehicle dynamics, and audio. The Warthog is among the largest vehicles in the game, and we were fortunate to have already shipped trophy trucks and open-wheeled vehicles in the game, so we already had accommodations for large tires, track and ride height, and suspension travel. These are all things that push the boundaries of Forza's vehicle dynamics, our animation systems, and rendering capabilities. To celebrate its arrival in Forza Horizon 3, we actually had a real-life version of the Warthog visit Turn 10 HQ last year, and soon, Forza fans will be able to experience the Warthog once again in a showcase event that can only be found in Forza Horizon 4. Yeah, it's been a long journey for Turn 10 and 343 and the Warthog, you know, going all the way back to Forza Motorsport 4. I remember that really well, and here we are with a playable version, a Halo-themed event in Forza Horizon 4. It's so great to welcome.
It's like a 500-year journey.
It's a we're either going in the future. I'm not exactly sure. We'll figure out the timeline later. Welcoming Jeff and Terrence back to the couch, and Carlos Naranjo from 343. Carlos, welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
The real hero, by the way.
Is that right?
Not a hero. Not a hero.
This experience.
I paid him to say that.
Well, let me think about this. We got two Forza guys, and we got two 343 guys. We got a Halo showcase. Feels like a competition is brewing here.
You know,
feels like we got some competition
it was
here.
inevitable.
Who set it up? Who set it up? Who set up the controller?
Carlos, let us know. What do you do with 343?
I'm a franchise producer.
What does that mean?
So I'm a producer working on a lot of projects with the internal team as well as a lot of external partnerships with teams and companies that basically merging Halo and working with others on that.
And it sounds like you have been involved in a lot of these sort of Forza Halo crossovers in the past.
Yeah.
Tell us about the history of that.
Yeah, I think really probably just Forza team coming to us and then having these ideas and then us seeing how we could integrate into that and try and make the best experience possible and just working with them. It's been an awesome partnership.
Well, the Playground team, I know, must have been overjoyed to start thinking about what could Playground do with the Halo universe in Forza.
Well, believe it or not, like as much as we love the showcase events, after having 3 versions of Horizon, it's hard to come up with new ideas. Because we've raced planes, we've raced trains, we've raced boats. You know, when someone had the idea of maybe using the Warthog to race against something that you'll see here in a second,
right?
Everybody's eyes lit up, and you know, we immediately approached Carlos and his guys, and that's been awesome. Like, we worked together pretty close just to get the Warthog drivable in Forza Horizon 3. Yeah. So, you know, the relationship was there. And when we were talking about who has a cool job, this is why I'm saying, you know, it's like not only, you know, have I worked with the Horizon guys and the Turn 10 guys, but now it's like I've spent quite a a lot of time with the 343 guys. So
I think handling's
awesome.
a great example of how things sort of necessarily have to change, because you drive the Halo Warthog in Halo much differently than you do in a Forza game.
Oh, for sure. And what's interesting too is that like it's kind of a tradition to use the Warthog as a, no pun intended, vehicle for even very non-Halo normal fun.
Right.
Like from the very beginning, it's always been whether you're tossing grenades under it and flipping it around or racing against each other in Warthogs, like it's always been something that kind of pushed the boundaries of even our games and franchises sandbox. So to have it kind of realized in these types of ways, it really kind of feels like, in all honesty, like a full circle thing to get it to a very high fidelity way to do it.
That's super cool. Well, we're about to show it off for the very first time. We talked about that competition. I think what we're going to do is we're going to play this a couple of different times.
Okay.
And we want you guys who are watching right now to let us know it's Forza versus Halo. Who drives this event better? We're going to have a poll in Mixer, in Twitch, and you guys let us know who you think drove the event better. Now, to be clear, I have not driven this event. I don't.
Yes,
I know you haven't. You and Carlos haven't.
It is true.
T, how about you?
Oh, see that face? It's already.
Here's the thing, he's driven it, but you guys are Halo guys, so I think it cancels each other out. I think it cancels it.
So what's on the line too? I mean, like I feel like we both have. I love going over to your guys' lobby because you've got the Porsche 919, the P1, often the Ford GT.
Right.
We happen to have a beautiful museum space with
there.
a lot of Halo franchise accoutrements throughout the years.
Yes.
I would imagine your lobby, like our museum, probably needs a good cleaning every once in a while.
So
some white glove treatment.
White glove treatment. All right, I'm up for it.
Yeah.
I'm up for it. Okay.
So just up to the fans. I
These are
petition
the
also the Forza fans too.
Yep.
You probably want to see like the
they don't want to
10
see
guys
that.
cleaning up the Halo Museum.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be more fun for you, right?
Yeah. All right, so get ready to vote. T, you're going to go first.
I guess I'm going to go first.
You're going to go first. You got the controller. So let's kick this thing off. Your world.
Then we're going to see it.
A world debut of the Halo Showcase event. Let's kick it off.
I'm stoked to see this live. Like finally all
Me too.
completed.
I'm ready.
It's actually cheap without his helmet on.
Hold on a second.
Now he's trying.
Now you got it. It's fine.
Here we go.
Here we go. Oh, what?
This is Kilo Actual.
The
Cortana, do you read me? I heard you need a pickup.
Cortana to Kilo Actual. Perfect timing. We are all done here and ready for dust off. Hey, keep your head down.
Wait a second.
All right. All right, let's go.
You like
You're
that?
doing great. You're doing great.
You like that?
You keep driving like it's Halo.
I'll scan for a new LZ.
Hey, you know,
Chief, got
I'm
it.
nice on the
Get us outta
sticks,
here.
but I would feel kind of bad beating the purveyors of the Halo.
That's right. I won't feel bad at all. Don't worry.
Looks like a
And I kinda wanna see that lobby
but it
again,
hasn't been
because I haven't
used
been
in
over there.
centuries.
Oh, all right.
See what you're doing, and I like it. I like it.
You like
Okay,
you like
new
that?
LZ
Oh,
found. We
really?
don't have long.
Okay.
This ring is going to go nuclear in 3
Early
minutes,
result.
and we do not want to be
Brian
here
and
when
T
it
on
does.
top, but
Marines,
Halo
I've
hasn't.
added
The 343
coordinates to
team
your
hasn't
nav.
driven
Be
yet,
there
so
for
we'll have
evac
to see how
in
they
3
do.
minutes.
Roger that, Cortana. Hoorah!
Look at these ancient dwellings. It almost looks like something lives here.
The chaos.
Definitely feeling good about
Straight
this.
up here. We've got a better chance of avoiding those banshees off-road.
They're saying Warthog seems a lot quicker now.
So,
Oh, look at that!
so
Whoa, banshees, look out!
So Chris Phillips, the handling designer at Playground,
Oh, yeah.
he has done an amazing job. Not only the Halo Warthog, but like all the cars on the roster. There was a time when You know, I was tapping people on the shoulder, like, man, do we have like all new handling model because it's been improved so much.
Really?
It feels
Banshees,
really,
fast and
really
low.
good. The Warthog is actually one of the better vehicles in the game. So if you're looking for, you know, a beast
This is Cortana
that's
to
going
all
to be
air support
competitive.
units. I'm sending you coordinates for an
really
LZ,
good choice.
requesting immediate evac. Repeat, all air support units to the LZ.
Near and dear to my heart, we love to come up with canonical reasons for everything.
Okay. I love this.
But we actually did some cool stuff. The Warthog is scaled just a little bit differently. We actually have it modeled canonically as a like a civilian transport kind of stripped down version as well. So the CST versus the FAV, which typically has some extra lethal accoutrements up on the you know, on the back. But yeah, so there's it is a little faster. It is a little faster.
But it's also a little bit smaller than a typical.
Yeah, it's around
Warthog,
20-25%,
right?
I believe, smaller.
Because Spartans are like 8 feet tall, right?
That is the problem.
Yeah.
Yes, is if you scale it to a Spartan like we have to do in our games, it really just looks like you have a bunch of 4-year-olds
who can't reach the wheel
driving a Hummer. Yes. Yeah. Which, while hilarious.
Yeah. But I've seen some of the videos that that you guys have of people just sitting in the Halo, and they, you know, that thing is it's massive.
Oh yes, yeah. It felt like I do feel like a small child in the real life. We showed it in that video.
Look at that!
Let's go!
Oh my God, that is awesome. T, you're doing pretty well.
I'm so jazzed about this.
An early mishap, but I think you're making up for it.
I want it to be competitive.
Yeah, this feels good.
Okay, intentional.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Scarlet Pimple says, "Love the ring in the sky." They're loving that authenticity.
Do we have will Halo music be included? Is a
we
question.
also will hear
Okay.
the Halo track during this event.
Yes.
Pilot, this would be a very
Wow.
good time to leave.
Oh,
Yes.
that's right. We do have music turned off right now on the show just so we can hear the engines and everything. But yes, Halo music will be in this event. Well done. You took it up to first place overall, T. You're now 40th percentile in the voting. I think we should get one of these 3-4-3. Who wants to go from 3-4-3?
I think Carlos.
Yeah, I'll go, and that way you can clean it up.
Yeah.
That way
Carlos deserves the silver
Hit X,
shot for sure.
hit X, and you'll restart the event. There's no time on this event. That's why we have to go with the voting on the.
That's true. It's like at a concert, you know, like at a crowd approval, like left side, right side. We will vote by applause.
Before we start the event, Carlos, tell us about your Forza experience. You spent a lot of time in Forza.
I have, especially working with the guys, but I can say that I'm not that good.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Here we go.
Well, we'll find out one way or the other on the track.
He could be sandbag.
He could be. Now, this is where T had
there
some
we go.
trouble right here.
Oh, man.
Same thing. We were dead. Now you got to hit the brakes to back up.
Oh,
Squeeze
my
the
bad.
brakes to back up.
There you go.
There we go.
It's basically
Now
a Formula One race. You just crash in the
Now-
first turn.
Yeah, you can't hit the same thing twice. Back up. Hold
reverse,
the
reverse.
brakes. Hold the brakes.
There you go.
There
There
it
you
is.
go.
There we go.
There.
Cut it right.
Now we're good.
Cut it right. Cut it
Cut it
right.
right. Cut it right. Cut it right.
There we go.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah,
We're
there we
good.
go. There we go.
We're good. Get that out of the way
I told
early,
you.
so you don't have to worry about it later. Now you got to get the speed here.
told you.
No, you gotta.
I love
we
the
got it. We're
Covenant
fine.
Cruiser.
We're fine.
Oh.
It's camouflage. You can barely
we
see
need
it
a
in the
little,
rock.
we need a little bit more speed.
Oh, wait a second. This is a trick you guys
have to back up. You're going to have to back up, get a bigger run on it. Well, actually, it's just going to let you, maybe you,
So
I don't know.
one of Carlos's favorite hobbies actually is cleaning
here we
lobbies.
go.
Little known fact. Little known fact.
Here we go.
I had fun getting my car in here today.
Yeah. Now you got to
Maybe I should get
squeeze
that
that
thing in the
trigger
lobby
and
when
do
I
not
get
let go.
There we go. I believe in you.
Yeah.
We're good.
Gas.
You got it.
There
you
it is.
You got it.
I
This is
believe
going to make it.
That sand is super deep.
Yeah, we're good.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is. And flip.
There we
Hold
go.
X.
Style
Let's
plan.
go.
All right.
For style points,
You definitely have the coolest looking
you're
run.
in the lead.
Thank you.
The style.
This is not based on speed.
No, that's right. It's
No.
based on other factors. I don't
No,
exactly know what.
that's true.
Figure them out at the end.
There we
Who's
go.
this Banks?
Oh, I think you're
It's
getting
all
it now. I think you're getting
There
it.
we go.
All right.
We don't have 2 hours, so I got to.
Now you have to be
Why
within
did the
smoke.
Forza stream go to 6 p.m.?
Miss dinner tonight.
So Jeff, for those of you know, if you don't know Halo,
Yep.
what are the vehicles flying in the sky? What other Halo universe vehicles are we seeing?
So that's
here?
actually, I love that question because the vehicles that are flying in this in the sky are my favorite ones actually in the universe. Those are Covenant Banshees, and so those are kind of like the small, nimble, essentially like kind of like fighter craft for the Covenant Empire and some of the alien species that use it. And we're chasing after a Pelican. There we go.
There we go. Oh,
love it.
Nice.
Speaking of Banshees.
Yeah. So we're chasing after a Pelican. This particular Pelican is a D79 model.
Okay.
And again, it's one of the things that we really like to have fun with is, you know, different things will be visualized a little bit differently depending on the game and when it's set in the universe. So we actually have different model variants. Again, much like you would have, you know, different model variants of a car, you know, depending on the year, depending on the trim of it. We actually put a lot of that same thought into it. Sometimes it's to help explain just a sheer art change, but a lot of times it actually serves a narrative function and purpose as well. But we always have a blast with it.
But I imagine when is it the idea of, hey, we've got a new variant on this vehicle, you need to come up with a canonical reason for that to exist, or do you work in accordance with the team, or how does that work?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and usually it works.
Okay.
Period. It actually it really is a combination. We work with the artists. We work so it could come from a necessity from the game team itself. From a gameplay perspective, we want this to have some different functionality. It could come from an art direction where we want this to look a little bit different, or it could come from a narrative side as well, where we actually specifically have a narrative or a story reason why we would want something to look, be, or feel a little bit different. So we really can actually come at it from all angles, which is super nice.
It reminds me, T, of what we were talking earlier about how Playground was very mindful of the setting, very mindful of where we are in the world here.
Yeah.
Beautiful historic Britain when it came to choosing the cars that were in the game.
Yeah.
I love that. All things are taken into account.
Everything is considered.
Yeah.
Jeff, I'm going to need you, buddy. I'm going to need you, Jeff.
Is this an aggregate?
Oh, look at this. This feels like a cross-country event. I love this.
I'm super excited about like the length
they'll give you that
of the experience. It's super awesome.
It's not some little sprint. I mean, you're going. Now, is the idea you get
Chips Dubbo is one of the other drivers. I've just now seen that. Oh, please. Oh, man, that was super close. I know. I now want to try to do that.
People keep asking if we can hit sheep in the game. I want to know if you can hit those.
Right? I mean, it feels...
Just take him out for extra points.
A warthog running through a sheep actually sounds a lot like your TV commercial.
That's right. Oh, man.
And what's funny is that Halo fans paying attention, we do have some names from the Halo universe actually as some of those alternate drivers as well.
Well, I think you acquitted yourself there at the end. You started off a little rough.
It looked good. That was a great recovery.
I want to show off more. So
solid recovery.
Okay, so we've had one Forza person go. We've had a 343 person go. Shall we keep that order and I'll go next?
Sure. Let's do it.
Let's go next. All right, your third look at the Halo Warthog Showcase event. I'm going to do my best here. My goal is to not hit that right-hander, that obstacle. If I do that, I think I automatically win. Right? We'll see what we can do. Now, again, this is my first time playing this event. I intentionally, even when we were rehearsing this, we didn't want to see this event. We wanted to experience it for the first time.
You should jump it off the cliff. It's cool.
Yeah.
Just try that off.
Yeah. Oh, see?
Real deliberate through there. I see that.
That's right. Yeah, I'm nothing if deliberate and careful. All right, here we go.
I believe.
There it is.
Do it. Well cleared.
Yeah.
Well cleared.
See, not as much style as Carlos had, but it's still intact here.
All right.
I was just staying true to Halo, just jumping.
That's right. You just got to plow through it. One of the other things that I think people are noticing in this event, Jeff, is the fact that we've got Cortana here.
Yes.
Tell us about who is Cortana and what purpose is she serving here?
Yeah, so Cortana originally in the Halo universe is kind of an AI companion to Chief and is really there to help not only enhance the abilities of Chief by providing real-time battleground information, but also the character kind of evolved into really having a personal relationship with the Chief, and their kind of friendship and working relationship really formed a really interesting emotional and narrative foundation for the series going forward. So it was, in some ways, from a gameplay perspective, it was awesome to have somebody in your ear helping you. Nice. helping you to know like where certain enemies were, or what to do, go to the next checkpoint, or kind of how to tackle. But also from a story and a world and immersion perspective, it was cool to kind of have this character that went through you through several, that you went through several games with. So.
And just like Master Chief, Cortana's sort of become an iconic character for the Halo series.
Yeah, absolutely. And has come in many forms. We've seen her be your friend. We've seen her be otherwise, just like a real relationship. It's you got ups and downs.
What happens if you pass everybody? Mission successful. That's what happens.
I want the last name to be Carlos. Final boss.
Try and keep up.
I love these hard light guardrails
these
here.
are great. These are fantastic. I'm sorry, Jeff. I'm sweating all over this controller. And I'm going to hand it to you in mere moments. It's going to be like holding on to an oil slick.
He's going to grab it. The controller's going to shoot to the back.
Out of your hands. But I thought I'd go first person here, just to give everybody the more immersive Warthog experience.
Which is funny because
look at that.
You don't get to drive the Warthog in first person in Halo.
That's right.
Yeah, which is always interesting.
Well, I think I've only got I'm at 80%.
We see little known fact, Brian is the Stig.
That's right. I'm the Master Stig. Master Stig, they call me.
People wanting to know when this is set during the Halo lore. It's actually set 500 years before the events of Halo Combat Evolved.
Are you being serious? Did you guys have to canonize this as well?
I have to canonize everything that I'm asked in chat. It's in the contract.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I love it.
Something about that.
That's fantastic. What a great question. Well, it certainly feels like a big, heavy machine. I will say that to you. This feels like what you would expect the Warthog to feel like. I want to say it feels a little heavier than Forza Horizon 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's still got some punch, but the Warthog's never been the fastest thing on four wheels, but it definitely feels solid.
Yes.
It felt like you could flip it a lot.
I think it's 323. That's right. 323.33.
Oh, there is a time.
Yeah, see, there we go.
323.3.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. And to give Brian his proper props, I was 332.
Okay.
Okay.
Carlos,
so
you were
I was
faster
right around
than
there.
me.
That was pretty close.
He said 332, 330 as well.
Yes. An additional 3.
Yes, an additional one.
Alan more features and more content. So.
Alan Hartman called. He just said he'd be available to bring his GT in for a polishing in the next week or so.
Okay. I would make myself available for that. But what's weird is I actually have to take it home.
Oh, yes, got it.
Wouldn't want to mess up the actual lobby.
Okay, one final time with our man Jeff.
All right.
Here, who's going to take the final tour of the Halo Showcase event.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Let's go.
No pressure. I think you're going to do just fine. Miss that right-hander, that block, you'll be fine. You're in good shape if you miss that.
Or tag it. And beat Brian's time.
That's
to make a statement.
Yeah, that's right. If you could hit that and beat my time, I'd be impressed. So again, this is the first time for Jeff.
All right. We're looking good.
So, Carlos, I'll turn to you as Jeff. I won't talk to him because he's driving.
Yes.
When you think about, we saw that video at the top where we were talking about bringing the bringing the Warthog into Forza Motorsport 4. Can you talk about what that relationship is like? I mean, obviously both first-party studios within Microsoft. Yeah. What's that exchange of ideas like, and what's that process like?
Well, it's super collaborative, and working with the Forza team, working with Playground for us it's awesome. It's a dream opportunity always. So it's really seamless and collaborative, and with all the ideas that are really inspiring and big. We're all on board with all of it. Right. So it's really just partnering and helping as much as we can. It's a lot of fun.
I bet that there was a lot of discussion, T, about where this event should take place. I mean, starting on the beach, you were saying that has a history with the Horizon series.
we thought it would be neat to come back to the beach because we had the bucket list event in Horizon 3 for the start. And as you've seen through the route, you get a mix. I talked earlier about like that mix of surface types. We take you through a tunnel, so you hit tarmac, you start on the sand, you get the formable tech that we built. And then you made the comment of loving how off-road it feels.
Yeah.
So the route was one where we were trying to pick literally the optimal route to not only give you like the perfect dose of Halo, but we also wanted to give you a really, this is a showcase event.
Absolutely.
So we wanted to showcase all the surface types, you know, during the event. So you get to smash through some walls. You know, even like, you know, the time we labored over like what season this event should be in. Because
can we do it in different seasons?
So seasons change everything. And you know, once you go through,
it's good back of the box.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, if you go through, once
that.
you go through a full, you know, series of events, these events will come back. The showcase events will come back in flavors that we call remixes.
Okay.
You know, so you'll see this event. It has an amazing feel in winter, and you know,
I bet.
I'm kind of saying that because wow, did I think it really looked good there?
Right.
But it also looks amazing, you know, in the spring and in the summer.
Yeah.
You know, so you get to choose. You know, so eventually, you know, you'll of course all the 4 seasons, and then you know decide which one is your favorite flavor. So.
Well, I like what I'm seeing here, Jeff.
Oh, no!
Oh no!
That might be it.
Did you think you could smash that?
That was the Halo.
It blocks bullets.
I know.
We talked about this.
Oh, my Lord.
It was a pretty seamless run.
We were setting up the ultimate comeback. Come on. We planned. My jump was planned.
That's right. That's right. You meant to do
Jeff
that.
was going to just rip through it.
Oh, well, you know what? Other than that moment,
it's okay.
you've been doing
I
pretty
just
well.
really, really like the cars in your lobby.
Well, you might be seeing them up close and personal, depending on how this goes.
I think he had a pretty.
He did pretty well. He did very well. Do not miss that.
Don't miss that
Yes,
checkpoint.
you're good. Excellent. Well done.
All right.
Across the line. Let's
Is
see
it
where
better
we
than
ended
a
up.
330? Was it
I think I had a
330?
320.
20. Let's go. Let's go.
Wow. It's controversial.
Let's go.
It's up to you guys in the Forza community who drove that best. You saw Jeff drove it fastest.
Now it's up to the community.
It's always been up to the community.
wait
It's
a
always
second.
been. It's got polls for this, man. It's got to be up to the community.
That's really established from the start.
That's what I said at the top.
Which community?
Well done. But great job, man. That was a fantastic drive. Poll, they're going to tell us that, man, despite all of the driving and Jeff setting a record, Terrence wins. Unless
that's the pre-poll.
Is this the final poll, guys? Are we looking at new scores coming in?
New scores.
New
Yeah.
scores coming in. So we'll await that for just a moment. Remember, you guys will be able.
That was the
to
who do you think will win, not who do you think
who do
did
you
win.
think drove it best.
See, that skewed mine.
I'm being told in my ears who drove with the most style.
Okay, all right, never mind.
So remember, guys, you guys will be driving that Halo Showcase event in just about 2 weeks with Ultimate Edition Early Access, which starts on September 28th. We're still awaiting those final poll results. But, man, what a show we've had today, guys.
Awesome.
Thank you for being here.
Big sketch, the barrier one. Yeah,
The barrier one. Yeah. Jeff had some nice drifting, says Chief Canuck, though.
Yeah,
That's nice.
you know.
Nice.
But yeah.
Furry Jolton is on your payroll, so Brian for sure.
Okay. We've got a recount, so we'll follow up with the final results later on Twitter. So follow us at Forza Motorsport for those final results. Anyway, what a show we've had today. So much going on in the world of Forza. Between Forza Horizon 4, we are just a few weeks away. I think we're less than 2 weeks away from early access for Forza Horizon 4. Can't wait for that. Yeah. Remember, the September update for Forza Motorsport 7 arrives tomorrow. You don't want to miss that. You saw a whole bunch of good stuff. Drag, meetups, a new spotlight car, so much cool stuff. And the Forza Racing Championship Series 2 playoffs are heading to Mexico City at the end of the month. That's a lot to get through. Hope you guys enjoyed this edition of Forza Monthly. For Carlos, for T, for Jeff, for all of our guests and everybody working on this show, thank you so much for being here. We'll be back in October for another edition of Forza Monthly.